There is only one change to the last team that played against Bournemouth. It is Scott McTominay returning back into the starting lineup. Welcome to the United Hotspot. The official lineups are out for our FA Cup semi-final against Coventry. And guess what? Casemiro is in the central defense. He will be playing in the backline. Well, we are certainly excited to see what will happen. He's a very experienced player. I'm sure he has played here before, especially with Real Madrid or probably Brazil. He must have played here before in his career, honestly. But I'm here to just dissect for you the starting 11 as selected by Erik Ten Hag. I told you yesterday that injuries might force Erik Ten Hag into a tight corner, and that's exactly where we are. But guys, it's Coventry. How on earth should we not expect us to be able to manage Coventry and get this win? But that's the starting 11 confirmed for you. Andre Onana in goal. In the backline, it's Harry Maguire together with Casemiro for the first time. This should be like the 27th or 28th different central defensive partnership that Erik Ten Hag plays with. Feel for the guys, feel for him. Then on the right, it's Diogo Dalot, Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the middle, Kobbie Mainoo together with Scott McTominay and Bruno Fernandes in 10. Up top is Rasmus Højlund, and Garnacho and Marcus Rashford will be either sides of him. Now, that's a game. Honestly, for me, this is a game we must win, and I'll tell you, regardless the fact that Casemiro and Maguire have not played together in central defense, we should be able to get it across the other end of it. We should be able to win this one. Well, I was hoping that Alejandro Garnacho would get a bit of rest, but I mean, in desperate moments like this, you don't want to rest so many of your players, really. I cannot blame Erik Ten Hag a lot for his decision to start Alejandro Garnacho. Remember, it's a highly pressure game. It's a pressure game, but I think the players, even if some of them might not want to play for Erik Ten Hag, I think these players will know that this is a game for them as well, because it's the only chance they have got to win any piece of silverware this season. And if we don't win anything, it will be sad. It will be sad and unfortunate, because not just the manager Erik Ten Hag might be getting the boot, the players too might be in trouble. So what then should they do? They've got to give their best, I think, for me, in this game. Now, on the bench, of course, we've got Johnny Evans. He's missing. Johnny Evans is missing. The missing players are Johnny Evans, Victor Lindelof, Tyrell Malacia, Anthony Martial, Alessandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, and Rafael Varane. Imagine the injuries that Erik Ten Hag has got to endure with. So on the bench, we've got the youngster Harry Amas. Anthony is on the bench. Altel Bayindil, Amad Diallo, Christian Eriksen, Omar Foson, Jackson, Ogeneye, and Whitley. That's the bench we have. A little depth in there. You've got players like Amad Diallo who can come in and change the game. You've got Christian Eriksen who can come in and impact the game. Those are the only ones, because there are more injuries. Mason Mount is out. Sofiane Amrabat is out. Guys, injuries left, right, and center, but let's focus on the game. Guys, it's the FA Cup, where I think, honestly, our best performances this season have probably been in the FA Cup. I think all the players turn up when it comes to the FA Cup. They show up and put in the best shifts. I'm sure Anthony too on the bench can come in and impact on a game. So we've got enough depth to be able to deal with Coventry. It's not Man City, it's not Real Madrid, it's not Barcelona. This is a semi-final. The 34th United is playing. It is a record, by the way. And if we make it to the final, it will be another record set by Manchester United in terms of how many finals we will have reached, 22 in total. That again will be putting us ahead of Arsenal, with whom we are tallied on 21 apiece. So it's a very important game for Manchester United, but not one we cannot win. So what changes do I expect? Whereas Coventry is not a big team, honestly, I think the reality is, whereas our best performances have been in the FA Cup, the reality is a few times we've opened ourselves way too much. A few times we've opened ourselves way too much against even the smallest opponents, and we play under pressure. We struggle even against the smallest opponents. So my thinking is, with Scott McTominay and Bruno Fernandes in the middle, and before at some point we did not really like seeing this partnership, this trio playing together in the middle. But I actually think some of the more comfortable games we've had with our midfielders especially have been with Scott McTominay playing with Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield together with Bruno. I think the presence of Casemiro sort of has not really been as exciting as I expected him playing with Kobbie. I actually think in some games it has proven that Kobbie Mainoo's best performances in the midfield are when he's playing with Scott McTominay, because I think he's more free, he's more expressive, there is more freedom in him, he takes more responsibility. I think he steps up a little more perhaps because he knows that he's now the one in charge, because with Casemiro out of that midfield, the person in charge now is Kobbie Mainoo. And we've seen games where he has played without Casemiro there, and he has been on his best performances. You remember the Liverpool goalless draw in the first leg. I can mention so many games. So probably it's a blessing in disguise in a way. The only disquiet could be then with the levels of Casemiro, rather of Scott McTominay, who has not been playing for a long time. He only returned to training on Saturday. What levels is he going to show in this one? I'm sure I have mind. The fact that he's starting ahead of Christian Eriksen, who has been there and training for so long, probably now has been put out of the plans of Erik Ten Hag for the greater good, because he's not staying past the summer. Probably that's why he has been selected, because but his fitness again will matter. If he's fit enough, Scott McTominay can turn up and give us good performances. If he's not, we don't know what to expect. But for me, regardless, with a team like Coventry in the semi-final of the FA Cup, where there is absolutely no way Man United can have an excuse for not winning this game. There is no excuse for us not beating Coventry. I mean, this is a game, a do or die game. The only chance we've got to a title this season. We do want to have a title. Man United do want to win a title. What exactly then? What more do we expect from these players? I think it is just them being psyched and putting on performances. I posted a poll asking people whether you think Manchester United can win the FA Cup. I posted it a few minutes ago, and 64% of you are saying United will win it. 14% are saying no, 14% are saying likely, and 7% do not know. No one is not giving us a chance. So the chance is there, and I think such things show you that the belief is still there. And if the belief is there, meaning the players will come in the right mentality, we shall obliterate and dispose of this Coventry team, beat them at once, then continue, of course, to chase the most respectable position we can finish at in the Premier League. If this game goes south, if it goes extremely bad for Erik Ten Hag, I'll tell you, this is the game after which Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is enjoying the London Marathon, I think will be later available for the second half of this game at Wembley. After it is in London as well. He has been running the London Marathon, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I'll tell you, if it goes south, if it goes terribly bad for Erik Ten Hag, he will be sacked. And there are already options now. Ineos is consistently looking for options in terms of, they're talking of Zinedine Zidane. We are talking of so many managers now. I'll tell you, they will make it real. We've brought in our Jason Wilcox. He's already getting work done. Guys, it is now time for business, and the players should know the atmosphere around the dressing room, around Wembley, around everywhere should be different. But also playing in front of a crowd in a semi-final of the FA Cup at Wembley should be an honor for all these players to show up and fight, if not for the club, if not for the badge, if not for the manager, at least for themselves. Because how ashaming will it be if Manchester United failed to knock out Coventry? This is a divine opportunity. But usually these teams, when they huff and puff and push so far, they are always going to make it difficult. They are always going to be a thorn in the foot. They're always going to pinch you. They're always going to disturb you. So it's a game, I think you come, get off the blocks, seal it off, finish it, manage the game carefully, and call it done. That's exactly what I'm expecting. My prediction, I think Man United will win. Score 3-1. Goals coming in from Kobbie. He will be showing up, either score or assist. I think Garnacho might give us a reaction after his little deal with Erik Ten Hag, the short rip-off between him and Erik Ten Hag. I think he can respond today. Rasmus Højlund too, I think, will score. But that's my prediction. A 3-1 win for Manchester United. Anything short of that, anything not convincing, any struggle for me will mean Erik Ten Hag is not safe. We've got to go and just dispose of this Coventry team, make a statement that, hey, we made it to the final and lost the best team that won the treble last season, but this time around, we are good enough. We are good enough to be in the final and win it, like so many of you have predicted that Manchester United has got what it takes to win this title. So that, for me, is what I expect. Kickoff is in less than an hour from now. Guys, enjoy the game. Do, of course, go in the comment section and let me know your take on Casemiro. Casemiro's experience is good, and the fact that he's a good scanner, him being in the backline might be a good position for him to organize the team from behind. I think at times we've lacked leadership in the central defense. I think the Coventry team is not so they don't have that much intensity and pace to stretch him. I think he can beat them with experience, him and Harry Maguire. So I've got no worries with Casemiro being in central defense. I've got no reservations at all. I think it is an able starting 11 that, yes, might let in a goal, but we should be able to score more. I hope there is more teamwork, more generosity from the forwards, Marcus Rashford, Garnacho, and of course finding Højlund, because he's the man to feed the balls with. He has been, he's lacking goals, which is taking away his confidence. We need him confident now. If he scores today, he could be more lethal as we return to the English Premier League. So this being our, on paper, our best attack, it should show for it. If things don't go well, of course, we've got Ahmad, we've got Anthony, we've got Eriksen who can come and open the midfields. Certainly, we should be able to deal with this game and get it to the other end of it. And of course, cruise into our 22nd FA Cup final. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. Enjoy the game. I'll catch you later.